Hey guys, it's Jen from My Create Crafts. Today I will be showing you how to create and customize koozies the easy way. All you will need is some koozies, HTV, a heat press, easy press, or a standard iron. They are so fun and easy to create, so let's get started. Okay guys, so to get started to make these koozies, you're going to need to start in Design Space. So for this, I've created these all myself. It was fairly easy. It really didn't take much time. It was a lot of fun creating them. But I'm going to show you a few things before I get started. So this one, people often ask me what fonts I use, and then I don't always remember. So I'm just going to show you really quick. So I clicked on this one, and it says it here, Goldie Rainbow. I got this from dafont.com. And I'll show you this other one too. This one here is called Grinched, also from dafont.com. You just go to dafont.com and you can download it into Design Space. I have a video tutorial a few videos back. I'll leave the link below in case you're interested. But I wanted to give you a quick update on that before I finish this. And everybody always asks me, which I appreciate. Thank you for asking. So now I let you guys know what it was. So for this one, I'm actually going to show you quick. So I made this and I made a little bit of a curve on it. So you just select it, you go up to curve, and then you can give it whatever kind of curve that you want. Let's try to get it where it was. Leave it there. And maybe give this one a little bit more curve than too right away. There. So one thing I have to finish with this quick is the font. I don't want it to be this, so I'm going to select the font. Go up to font, go up to my system, and I'm actually going to type in Burton's Nightmare. So I'm just going to type that in, and here it is. This is also another one that I got off of dafont.com, so I'm going to do this one as well. So I'm just going to click on it, go up here, and here it is. So since you change the font a little bit, sometimes it messes with where you placed it. So one last thing I'm going to do with this is select all of it, then I'm going to go up to a line up here and I'm going to click center, and that's just going to make sure everything is in the center. So the last thing I have to do for this is actually change the size of each of them. So that's rather easy as well. You just select it all, and then you go up to the little the lock box up here, unlock it. And my koozies are about 4x4, so I know I don't want to go any larger than that. So I'm going to try 3.75 by 3.75, and every koozie is different. I purchased mine. I just purchased these a couple days ago on Amazon. They were all black ones. It was 24 of them for, I think, maybe $10 or something. It really wasn't bad, and looking at them right now, they're kind of thin, but you know, they do the job. So I'll leave the link below in case you're interested in those. So this one is 3.75 by 3.75. I like how it is, so I'm going to do the same thing with this one. So I'm going to select it all. It's already unlocked, so I'm going to go up to here and I'm going to change it actually to be a 4x4. And we'll see how that looks. You can always change it afterwards to whatever you want. You can make it a little wider, make it a little bit smaller, however, but as long as you just don't go over the 4 mark, you'll be fine. So I just changed it back to the 4. So I'm going to just finish this. And also really quick, this hat and this little spider guy, I just found them off of Google, and then I just cleaned them up in Design Space here. So the same thing with the ghost here, and then also the spider web. This is the same spider I used up here. So all my images, most of the time I just go into Google and clean it up and put it into Design Space. So last things I just want to do is just change this really quick. It's already unlocked. Just change it to be a 4x4. See how that looks, and then you can decide if you want it bigger or smaller. So again, just go to that, unlock. Whatever size your koozie is what you want to do. And then the last one. You can always make it bigger or smaller, however you want. Just again, making sure you don't go over the size range that you have. Okay, so I like how all these are. I did attach these two here, this Cheers Witches. I attached this down at the side. You can see it's attached because it says detach here. Same thing with this. Just makes it a little bit easier when you're placing it on your koozie that you don't have to figure it out. Like this one, these are not attached because they are 2 different colors. And then easily you can change the colors by clicking on it, going to your little color box up here and changing it to whatever color you want. So that is all finished. The next thing you want to do is just go to make it, and it's going to bring it on your colored mats that you have. But please, please make sure that you mirror every single one of these, because I have ruined so much HTV from not mirroring my image. So I'm just going to spread this out just a little bit more that I can get my scissors in between. And then I'm going to do the same with the next one. I'm going to mirror it so I don't forget it, and then I'm just going to grab it and move it. And this is optional, you don't have to do this. I just like to give it a little bit of room in between that I can get in between them. So this one, mirror it again. It's always pretty much the first thing I do is always just mirror it so I don't forget to do it. So I'm just gonna move, whoops, that doesn't have to be moved. I'm trying to save as much vinyl as I can, but I wanna make sure I get my scissors in between there. Move him over a little bit, and then the last one, always first thing, is just mirror it right away, and that one is fine. So I'm gonna click on the first one so it cuts out the white one. And I have the maker, so I'm not sure if my screen is different than yours, but these are my favorite materials that I always use. I don't use Cricut paper or Cricut vinyl anymore. I'm using regular vinyl, the Oracle 651. I always use the stencil vinyl. But then when I'm using for iron-on or the HTV, I use this non-Cricut. I don't know if there's any different one in there, but this is just the one that I always use, and it always works for me. It's gonna tell you put your blade in, which it should always be in, and you should always do your material mirrored, like it tells you here. Make sure it's mirrored, which mine is, and then the shiny side down, so it's always opposite. So I'm gonna finish cutting. I'm gonna put this on my mat. I'll finish cutting it up. I will weed it out, and then I will show you the next step. Okay guys, so I have my heat press set at 305 for 25 seconds. And here are my vinyl stickers that I had cut out. And here are my koozies. I'm just using regular black koozies from Amazon. So to start, I'm just going to start with one file. I'll start with this one. But I want the ghost behind it, so I'm actually going to line it up on the koozie first to see where I should put it. So I'm just going to take it, lay it down here, and kind of place it first to see where I want the ghost to go, because I'm going to put him on first. So there he is on there. Cute, huh? Then I'm going to put it on my heat press, put my paper over it. You can use parchment paper if you need, or you can use a heat transfer paper. And I'm just going to close this and press it for 25 seconds. So it's finished. Just gonna open it up, take my paper off. Here's my little guy, and peel it carefully because it is hot. But he is on there. And then next, I'm going to take my other part that says just here for the booze and line those up. Just there how I want it, and then I'm going to put it back on the heat press. I'm going to give it a quick push so it stays in place, and put my cover back over. Make sure it didn't move. Press it for another 25 seconds. Guys, I love this so much. I absolutely love making these. I sell these up at the local store that I sell my stuff at, and I also sell it to family and friends. I have so much fun making these. I hope that you like making these. I hope you like this video tutorial. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. So now it's finished. I'm just gonna open it up, take my paper off. Here it is. Carefully peel it. Oh my gosh, I love it. So this E came off a little bit, but we'll fix him. I love it. I love how the ghost is behind it, and it's just saying just here for the booze. So since the E was starting to come off, I'm gonna just leave it for now and work on the rest of them, and then at the end I will press all of them one more time. So I will show you again really quick. So I have the koozie, right? And you gotta look at how you wanna place your vinyl. So again, I want the ghost to be behind, but I want to line up where the Happy Halloween is going to go first. So I'm going to put that on here, kind of get a look for where I want it, and then place the ghost behind it. Maybe like that. Like that. So then I'm going to leave the ghost behind. I'm going to take off the Happy Halloween, give it a good press so it stays. Put it on my heat press, put my paper back on. and then press it for the 25 seconds. Again, take it off, pull this away. Here's my little ghost. Pull the plastic part off carefully, and then work with the wording. Again, how I like it, how it's double layered like this. So you just gotta put it on there however you want it. And then I'm gonna give it just a quick press so it stays in place. Sometimes they like to move. Put it back on my heat press. Make sure you always use your parchment paper or your heat transfer paper when you're using this. So I'm gonna press this for another 20 seconds. Finished! Do the same thing. Carefully peel back your vinyl. If any of your pieces come up, it's kind of like regular vinyl, just push them back down. And I like to do one last press. So again, this end came up, but I'm gonna press it again. But isn't it cute how it turned out? So I have these two left. This one that says, "Let's get smashed." And this other one says, "Cheers, witches." So I'm just gonna finish these up really quick and then I'll show you what they look like in the end. I did give each one of these koozies a last 10-second press to make sure it was all adhered. But I love how these turned out, and they were so simple and fun to create. You can customize them any way you want. It doesn't have to be just Halloween. But if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon, which will inform you when I post a new video. And if you love this video, please leave me a thumbs up. And if you have any comments to leave, I would love to read them and hear from you. Happy crafting, everyone!